What's up, YouTube? Timos here. Here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films that are coming out this week, whether it be in theaters, streaming, etc. Alright. Now, the wide release films that are like the big ones that's coming out, one of which I already saw an early screening for, and that is, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. I've already said this in my review, but I really had fun out of it. I thought it was really entertaining. I like the animation style. Definitely hoping we'll get a sequel. I really adored it. So definitely, if you guys haven't seen it, it's in theaters this week. Give it a go. You won't be disappointed. All right. Also out this week, we got the Meg 2, The Trench, where once again Jonas Taylor, played by Jason Statham, leads a research team on an exploratory dive into the deepest depths of the ocean. The voyage spirals into chaos when the malevolent mining operation drains their mission and forces them into a high-stakes battle for survival. Now, of course, the first Meg, which was actually pretty much the first one I did a review for on my channel, I really enjoyed the first Meg. I thought it was really entertaining, really fun. Jason Statham faring off against a shark. What not to love about that? It was a really fun flick. So if you guys haven't seen the first one, give that one a go. Looking forward to check out the sequel. The previous have looked pretty fun, looked decent. So I'm looking forward to see where they're gonna take the sequel shape. All right. Now we also got the film Shortcomings coming out, which stars Sherry Cola, who's of course in my favorite movie of the year so far, Joyride. The film is about a young trio Bay Area urbanites. You got Ben, Michael, and Alice as they navigate range of interpersonal relationships, traversing the country in search of the ideal connection. And the preview for this have looked terrific. It's directed by Randall Park, you might know from Fresh Off the Boat fame, The Office fame. I always like Randall Park, so seeing him make his directorial effort looks interesting. I like some of the cast members involved. You got Deborah Ryan's in this. Who else is in this one? Oh yeah, Stephanie Asu's supposed to be in this. Ronnie Chang's also in this. So I'm looking forward to check this one out. All right. Now we got a couple of stuff coming to Netflix. One of which we got Zom 100: Buck Elizabeth Dead, which is actually a live action feature based on the anime. Zom 100: Buck Elizabeth Dead is about a young man who works around the clock in nothing but more than a corporate drone. All it takes is a zombie outbreak for him to finally feel alive. And the preview for this looks pretty fun. I mean, I'm always down for a Korean zombie-based flick, and whether you talk about Train to Busan, or what was they going? They was not all my best friends dead. I forgot the name of that zombie series that came out last year. Uh, but this could be a train check out. All right. We also got Head to Head coming to Netflix, where Hillary meets danger when a lovesick chauffeur and a bootleg mechanic mistakenly picks up a retired crime lord, igniting a wild, life-changing adventure. And the preview for this looks pretty violent. Looks really cool. This is actually a foreign film, but I'm actually really intrigued to check this one out. I mean, if I have a chance to. All right. We also got a couple documentaries coming out this week. On Netflix, we got Poison: The Dirty Truth About Your Food, where true, revealing interviews with experts and victims' families. This documentary examines the problem of deadly foodborne illness in the U.S. And the preview for this looks really intriguing. I mean, whoever knew like a movie about food that could actually kill you could sound interesting, but this does sound like an interesting doc, so could be cool. All right, we also got Jake Paul doc called Untold Jake Paul the Problem Child, where pro boxing sensation and perennial troublemaker Jake Paul shares his unlikely journey from online prankster to power puncher in this documentary. To be honest, I have no interest in this. I mean, I'm not really a Jake Paul guy. I'm not a Logan Paul guy. So, yeah. I mean, I know he has his fans and everything, but I could never really I can never really against his stuff she bounced there. So yeah. All right. We also got something called Our Body, where Simon looks with Our Body at the everyday operations at the Gynecological Award in a public hospital in Paris. In the process, she questions what it means to live in a woman's body, filming the diversity, sexuality, and beauty of patients in all stages of life. We see cancer screenings, fertility appointments, a teenager dealing with an unwanted pregnancy, a trans woman considering the beginning of a menopause. Through these encounters and many more, the specific fears, desires, and struggles of these individuals become the health challenges we all face, even on the filmmaker herself. Wow, that actually, th- this sounds really intriguing. I mean, I just saw the preview for this and looks pretty intense. So I mean, a film pretty much about that talks about the human body. Okay, could be cool there. So could be interesting. All right. We also got A Compassionate Spy, where brilliant physic, which is a documentary where brilliant physic Ted Hart is recruited to join the Manhattan Project while still a teenager and goes to Los Alamos with no clue on with no clue what he'll be working on. When he learns the true nature of the weapon being designed, he fears the post-war risk of a nuclear holocaust and begins to pass significant information to the Soviet Union. Wow, that could be interesting. I mean, of course, we do got the new Oppenheimer out, so another story about the Manhattan Project could be interesting. So could be cool. All right. We also coming to Netflix and VOD and DVD. We got River Wild, which is a remake of the 1994 movie that had Meryl Streep and Kevin Bacon and John C. Reilly in it. It stars Latham Meester, Adam Brody, and Tara Killian. Joey fears there could be trouble ahead after her brother invites a childhood friend with a troubled past on their whitewater rafting venture. When they become stranded in a raging rapids, the thrill-seeking trip quickly turns into a desperate fight for survival as someone seems intent on sabotage to ensure shocking secrets stay buried. And the pre for this looks terrible. I mean, you got some actors I enjoy. Like I like Lathan Mesa, I like Adam Brody. Tara Hill's really good. I mean, you got single parents reunion with Lathan Mesa and Tara Hill. So there's that. Obviously Adam Brody and Lathan Mesa are married, so they have good chemistry there. But holy cow, this does not look so good. I mean, the original movie is like not a it's not favor or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's probably gonna be better than this. But I'll probably give it a go. But yeah, this does not look so good. All right. Also out, we got a movie coming to VOD. That is, we got a movie called I Am Rage. Aaron's idyllic countryside trip turns terror when a sinister blood coat abducts her, and the abductions soon learns the painful consequences of crossing someone who has severe anger issues. And I saw a preview for this. This looks like a fun B level movie action film. Looks bloody, looks entertaining. So I'm probably interested in this one. All right. We also got something called the Hiding Place, where Corey Ten Boom and her family risk everything to hide Jewish refugees by the hundreds, and they ultimately face the consequences when they are discovered. And the preview for this looks pretty intense, so that could be cool, I guess. All right. We also got something called Klondike. After flight MH17 crashes in eastern Ukraine, violent tensions disrupt the lives of an expectant couple living in uh, Don- Donetsk. It stars Richard Madden, of course, from Game of Thrones fame, and Abby Cornish. And the brief for this looks really intriguing. I mean, this is of course like a war-based film too. Looks pretty intense as well. So, and I like Richard Madden. It's always nice to see him pop up and stuff. Abby Cornish, I've always had a crush on her ever since Somersault. So this is gonna be interesting to see. All right. We also got a movie called Dreamin' Wild, which is directed by Bill Pohlad, who directed the terrific Brian Wilson biopic a couple years ago called Love and Mercy. Dreamin' Wild stars Casey Affleck, Zoe Deschanel, Jack Dylan Grazer, Beau Bridges, Noah Jupe, Chris Messina, and Walton Goggins. Brothers Donnie and Joe Emerson find newfound music success after their 1979 debut album Dreamin' Wild is rediscovered 3 decades later. And the director of this, like I said, did of course do the Brian Wilson movie Love and Mercy, which funny enough there is a Brian Wilson reference in this, which I find I won't even be surprised if this is actually connected. Like, if somehow this movie is connected with Love and Mercy. For once, from the same studio, from the same director, it is mentioned. Like, Brian Wilson is mentioned. I won't be surprised if, like, maybe, I don't know, Paul Dano pops up somehow. Because if you guys remember, Paul Dano did play young Brian Wilson in Love and Mercy. But that's this does look intriguing. I like the music here. So I like Casey Affleck. I'm gonna check this one out when it premieres. Alright. We also got a movie out called Corner Office. In this workplace comedy, reminiscent of Office Space and Severance, Misfits Austin finds himself trapped in the absurdity of corporate life as the authorities newest employee. Austin finds it difficult to connect with his enigmatic deskmate, Rakesh, as well as with the rest of the colleagues. His alienations deepens when he discovers a room he's told doesn't exist, a place that unleashes his true potential, leading to an ascent up the corporate ladder. And this does star John Hamm, and holy cow, this movie looks terrible. Definitely looks like an Office Space ripoff. Definitely getting a bit of a Severance vibe here. The movie does not look all that good here. They don't like this movie does not know if it wants to be like a thriller, a comedy, or what. So yeah, I'm not really all that interested in this. And shame that John Hamm has been wasting his talent with roles like this and that one he just did with Tina Fey. So it's a shame, but hey, need the money, I guess. All right. We also got a movie out called The Collective, which sadly has nothing to do with the Collective horror films that got released a couple years ago. About a group of righteous assassins called The Collective takes aim at the highest sophisticated human trafficking ring that's backed by a network of untouchable billionaires. With their backs against the wall, The Collective has no choice but puts most important mission in hands of a rookie assassin. It stars Lucas Till, who you might remember played MacGyver in the CBS relaunch. You have Tyrese Gibson, Ruby Rose from Batwoman fame, Don Johnson, poor Ben Victor, and the preview for this stuff is pretty entertaining. I mean, it's really nice to see Lucas Till, do more stuff because I really liked him on MacGyver. He was, of course, in X-Men First Class. He was in the Hannah Montana movie. It's always nice to see him popping up and stuff. It's a shame he's not a bigger name star though. Like I would thought, after like MacGyver, he would have had like more, probably more of a presence and had like more of a bigger career, But it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I guess not everyone could be Chris Hemsworth or I don't know, Ryan Reynolds or anything like that. So it's a shame, but hey, it is what it is, I guess. All right, we also got a movie called Mobland. It stars John Travolta, Charlotte Fernandez, Ashley Benson, Stephen Dorff, and Kevin Dillon. Here's what the film's about. Deep in the heart of Dixie, in a small town struggling with the ravage of addiction, a local sheriff, played by John Travolta, tries to maintain the peace when desperate family man Shelby, played by Charlotte Fernandez, robs a Pill Mill with his reckless brother-in-law Trey, played by Kevin Dillon, of course, from Entourage fame. But the supposedly easy score takes a violent turn, altering the New Orleans Mafia's revenge-seeking enforcer, played by Stephen Dorff, who dreads Shelby's wife, played by Ashley Benson, and daughter. And the pre for this is more going to be a guilty pleasure thing. I mean, this is pretty much going to be a bad film, but I admit the trailers don't look so bad. I mean, I thought the trailer was entertaining. I like the music choice. John Travolta, I love John Travolta, but it is a shame that he's pretty much doing these routes. But the movie was probably gonna be terrible. Let's be for real. But I didn't mind the trailer so much, so we'll see. Maybe the movie would be a surprise. Who knows? But some of these people I can't buy majority of these mafias as mobsters. I don't know. Maybe I'm just more of a Goodfellas, or like whenever I think of mobsters, I think of like Goodfellas, Godfather. Maybe that's it, but I don't know. Could be good, I guess. Spoiler, it probably won't be, but anyway. All right. We also got a couple of thrillers coming out this week. Uh, we got this horror thriller called Till Death Do Us Part, which stars Twilight actor Cam Gajante, Jason Patrick, Orlando Jones, Sedaris Blaine, and Mike Starr. Now, here's what the film's about. After running away on her wedding day, a bride must fight for survival against her vengeful fiance and seven deadly groomsmen. In the ultimate showdown, the groomsman soon discovers that she has no intention of going back to his life she left behind. And the preview for this looks terrible. I mean, definitely looking a little bit like The Invitation that got released last year, even a worse version. I don't know what the heck's even going on in this thing. I mean, you got Jante here. Okay, cool, but yeah, it does not look like a good film here. All right. We also got a trailer called The Pastor. Nice work for Kyle Garner, by the way. In The Pastor, Randy is perfectly on content to fade into the background, but when one of his coworkers goes on a sudden and violent rampage, he must face his fears and confront his troubled past to survive. Now it stars Kyle Gardner, of course, who recently was in Scream 5. He was in Smile. And the preview for this looks really intriguing. I mean, I really like Kyle Gardner, going all the way back to like Jennifer's Body's Day. I remember him in Veronica Mars. He's always cool when he pops up and stuff. Of course, like he played Stu's nephew in Scream 5. He was pretty much the first victim in Scream 5, so there's that. But yeah, this looks like to be really intriguing. Looks definitely looks pretty tense here, so I'm intrigued to check this one out. All right. Speaking of Kyle Gardner, that's not the only thing he has out this week. There's also a movie called What Comes Around. It's about a love affair becomes a menacing game of cat and mouse where nothing is what it seems. Now, this also features Kyle Gardner and also stars Grace Van Dyne, who's actually the daughter of Super Troopers star Catherine Van Dyne. So there's a little bit to read that too. And of course, she appeared in Stranger Things last year. Other cast members also include Jesse Garcia, who's in that Flamin' Hot film on Hulu. Summer Phoenix, who's actually the wife of Casey Affleck and the sister of Joaquin Phoenix. And Dana Affleck, who I guess is pretty much who's actually Casey Affleck's daughter, and I think she's also Joaquin Phoenix's niece, if I'm not mistaken. So has pretty much some family affairs in this. The preview for this looks really intriguing. Definitely looks a little bit like a Lifetime movie, I admit, but looks like it'd be interesting to check it out. All right, we also got a horror movie called Hair of the Witch. An unprivileged seamstress haunted by her past, seeks love and acceptance in a high society, but is faced with the cost of from her evil roots. And the preview for this does not look so good. Does not look all that creepy. Looks pretty boring to be honest. So yeah, I'm not all that interested in this one. All right. We also got a movie called Bobcat Marathi, which stars Vivica Fox, Manning, Minnie Sterling, Sally Kirkland, and the late rapper Coolio. Bobby Moretti is an obese multiple sclerosis patient who's struggling to cope with personal tragedy. Looking for a fresh start, Bobby takes up boxing at the same sport that his late father once participated. With help from a dedicated trainer at the gym, Bobby embarks on a transformative journey to regain his health and self confidence, shredding 154 pounds in the progress. And I saw the pre for this. I have not even heard about this movie before. I didn't even heard the name or anything like that. But I saw the pre for this because I wanted to check out before I talk about it. This actually does look intriguing. I mean, got Vivica Fox, who, by the way, I don't remember how old Vivica Fox is. That woman still looks great. I'm sorry. I've always had a crush on Vivica Fox. Going all the way back to Independence Day, going all the way back to maybe like Auto Hands, Kill Bill. Vivica Fox, come on. She could do no wrong. That woman, still always looks great for any age. Of course, you got the late great Coolio's popping up in this. Minnie Sterling, who I remember as a Fran from Austin Powers, pops up. I'm intrigued to check this one out whenever I get a chance to. All right. We also got a movie called Brother. The film centers on the relationship between Francis and Michael, two black Canadian brothers growing up in Scarborough district of Toronto, Ontario, in the early 1960s. Now, this film does star Aaron Pereira, uh, who was in that show Krypton. He's also supposed to be voicing, I believe he's voicing a young Mufasa in the upcoming Lion King prequel. It also features Lamar Johnson, who was just in The Last of Us. You got Keanu Madeira from Trinkets fame. The preview of this looks really intriguing. I mean, the chemistry between the two brothers is decent. I mean, this movie is just about brotherhood and brother relationship. So this definitely piques me. So I'm intrigued to check this one out. All right. We also got a movie called Passages that's coming to that streaming site called. It's coming to Deers, and it's also coming to that streaming site called. What is it called? Mubi. I know it's Mubi. I can never know how to pronounce it too well. Uh, but it's directed by RSS, director of Mary Life, Love is Strange, and Little Man. It stars Franz Rokowski, Ben Wishaw, and I can never pronounce her last name, but Adele Akropoulos. Of course, she actually played the lead in Blue is the Warmest Color. Yeah, if you guys never seen Blue is the Warmest Color, yeah, you're missing out. Like if you want, see maybe one of the most fun scenes of all time, definitely watch Blue is the Warmest Color. But that aside, the preview for this looks really intriguing. I mean, definitely looks very risque here. But hey, who does not love risque movies, right? So it looks very erotic. So I'll definitely probably give this one to go. Anyway, now on the TV side, we got Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures returning for Disney Plus. I'm not really interested in that. We got Physical Season 3 coming to Apple. Of course, that's the aerobics series with Rose Byrne in it. We got Reservation Dogs Season 3, which is supposed to be the final season. Not a bad show if you guys haven't seen it. Of course, it's the Taika Waititi series with a Native American cast. One of the girls, by the way, is going to be the upcoming Echo series. So we'll see how that's going to do. All right, there's also Heartstopper Season 2 coming to Netflix. which I never really seen the first season, but I heard good things about it. Just never really got around to watching it. I should give it season two. I should give the show a go. And actually, like the previews does look pretty cute and charming. So, on top of the lead kid's gonna be the upcoming Agatha series, so I should definitely see how good he is as an actor. Anyway, there's also the Lincoln Lawyer season two, part two coming to Netflix. Of course, part one just premiered last month, so this is the second part. Should be interesting to see how season two is gonna unfold, or the second part, I should say. And last but not least, on Prime Video, we got The Lost Fires of Alice Hart. Alice Hart finds her life changing dramatically when her parents die in a mysterious fire, and she is sent to live with her grandmother on a fire farm. Now, this does star Sigourney Weaver. You also have Alicia Dameron and Carrie from Fear the Walking Dead fame. This looks really intriguing. Check out. Looks pretty lighthearted. Sigourney Weaver looks great in this, so I'm really intrigued to see this one when it premieres. But that is pretty much it there. Let me leave you guys. Which of these films and shows are you interested in? Are you interested in Mutant Mayhem, The Meg 2, Shortcomings, Alice Hart? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon Simon.